Today I'm going to be making the Divine Stone of Returning Soul from Sword Art Online Season 1, Episode 3. Welcome back to the channel, I'm Kevin, and today I was going to do a quick and easy project for the holidays, which didn't go exactly as planned. This is an item dropped by Nicholas the Renegade in Sword Art Online's Christmas event. Kirito wants to use this to revive Sachi, who was one of his early companions who died. We only see this briefly as Kirito gets mad and throws it to Klein, who presumably uses it at some point in time. I thought this would be a great choice for the holiday because I haven't seen anyone actually make this accurate to the anime. There are a few versions of this out there, but they're all significantly smaller than what we see Kirito holding. I started this project off by rewatching some clips from the anime and going on the wiki, which is where I found this glorious piece of concept art. This was just sitting there, and it's exactly what I want when I'm 3D modeling. I'm not exaggerating when I say this is the best reference I've had for any project I have ever done. I really don't think it gets better than this. I divided everything up so I had a reference from the side, the top, and the bottom, which I could use when modeling. Before jumping into Blender, I need to figure out how large this was actually going to be. I took a look at the references and guessed that the glass sphere in the center of this was about 2 inches in diameter, so I went on Amazon and bought something that matched those measurements. A couple of days later, this arrived and looked good, so I used it as the basis for all of my other measurements. This project took so much longer than I expected because of the modeling process in Blender. I normally make daggers or dagger adjacent props, and I've been told by people that actually know what they're doing that I'm at least somewhat decent at it. Unfortunately, since I am self-taught, as soon as I go outside my little bubble of competence, I am borderline useless, which is what happened here. I managed to get it to work, but it took a long time because I was really relying on trial and error. My basic process was to use a plane to trace the side reference image. Then I moved all of those points out around a sphere I created which matched the one I got from Amazon. I felt pretty good about it up to this point, but the next step is what really did me in. As always, I used the subdivision surface modifier to turn my rough, chunky outline into something that actually looks good. My issue was that this bent in ways that daggers never do, and all the experience and rules of thumb I had just didn't work here. I eventually got the outside to look pretty decent, I think as good as I can do with my current skills, but the inside definitely has some awkward bits of geometry that will thankfully be covered by the sphere. I printed this on my Bamboo P1P. I probably should have done this on my resin printer, which I think would have given me better results, but I'm just so much more familiar with PLA and thought it would be faster to finish, which was important to me since the month was nearly up. I do feel a little bit bad about making that compromise, but I think it's the right choice for me. When I first started this channel, it was to give myself a posting schedule, make sure I was doing hobby projects on a regular basis. I think finishing this in a timely manner and learning from it, even if the lesson is I should have started this earlier, is better than waiting until everything is perfect. I could see that being a slippery slope, and I'd be worried that I wouldn't post for months at a time, which is something I'd really rather avoid. Anyways, I peeled the supports off these, and yeah, the printer had screwed up a few areas. I cleaned this up with a knife and some sandpaper, applied wood filler, and then did some more sanding. I applied some primer before adding more wood filler and doing another round of sanding. I went through this cycle twice, but I probably could have done it a third time if I really wanted to. There were a couple of spots on the inside that were a little bit rough, but I figured they wouldn't be visible most of the time. I moved on to painting and started with some matte gold acrylic paint just to get the color on there. Then I moved on to Folk Art Metallic Gold paint, which needed fewer coats than it normally would because I already applied the base color. I sprayed both halves with some clear matte sealer to give this a nice shine. The final step was gluing the sides together to capture the orb. The final result looks pretty good. The seam where the pieces join is pretty clear up close, and if I were doing this again, I might try joining these pieces together before doing a final round of sanding and priming. I think that could have gotten better results, but it would have definitely been tricky given the tolerances around the sphere. Overall, I found this to be a really interesting project, even though it took me a lot longer than I was expecting. I could see circling back to this someday and trying out some different techniques, but for now, I'm very satisfied to put this up on my shelf. If you want to make your own, I'll post all the files on Thingiverse. Just check the video description down below for a link. I'll also include Amazon affiliate links to everything I used in today's video, including that glass sphere. Using those links is an easy way to support the channel that doesn't actually cost you anything. I think that's it for this time around, so I'll see you all again next month with another project.